Hi everyone, it's Gene Calderon with Gene Calderon Apologetics Ministries, here with another theme day to share another video about some teachings, about some theology, because today being Thursday, it's what we like to call Theology Thursday. And today we are going to be talking about some of the theology about who God is, what God is, and how does he work in this world. And that's exactly what Theology Thursdays are all about. So the first question is, who is God? Well, according to the Christian understanding, God is an infinite, personal, and very unique person amongst all the different world religions that we may have heard about. And so when we talk about who God is, many people bring up some of the other ideas about other gods or other ideas of a God that they've heard of from different worldviews or religions. So, for instance, the gods of Greece and the mythology of Rome, they had what they known to be personal gods, but they weren't infinite. And the gods of the Far East, the gods of the isms like Taoism or Buddhism or Hinduism, those gods were infinite, but they weren't personal. And in a sense, they were more principle than personal, because they looked at those as how do we live and how do we get along with people, how do we preserve nature, things of that sort. But it wasn't really a personal God. Now, some people say that we can't know anything about God or say that we know anything about what he's like. Well, if that were true, then God wouldn't exist. He would just be a set of principles, and then we would fall into something similar to those Far Eastern religions about the idea of God. And this is usually the result of not wanting to know God or allowing him to have any kind of impact in our life. And so therefore we push him away and make him a little bit more impersonal and make it feel like a bunch of good feelings, ideas, or principles that we would rather have and apply to ourselves as we see fit. But God is an infinite being, and he must have qualities or properties in order to exist. Now, God has not left us alone without telling us some of those things. He's revealed himself in his word, what we call the Bible, both the Old and the New Testaments. And what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is analyze the attributes of God from his word and then follow how it applies to our lives every day. Because now what we can know is that God does exist. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of the principles and some of the applications that we can find that points to that kind of God. So just keep following us here on Thursdays, that we'll be able to show how this works, how we know this, and actually what he's like. Again, if he's not, we fall into some of those other mythologies or some of the other principles. But again, we see that God is personal and that he is also infinite, and we're going to describe some of the reasons why we believe that. Just continue to follow us here on Thursdays when we do our Theology Thursdays. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, what is God to you? Who is God to you? How does he work, and how can we know him? Share that somewhere in the comments below. If you'd like to follow more, Gene Calderon, I am on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, sharing a lot of these ideas, sharing links about how we can discover more and open up for discussion. Love to be able to hear from you, leave your comments, or if you'd like to support a local missionary, that's what I am. There's also a link to be able to support me as a missionary here in Northwest Indiana, reaching students with the truth of the gospel and the truth of why we believe what we believe. I'm part of Christi at Purdue University Northwest, Freedom Church in East Chicago, Indiana, Lake County Right to Life, again, here in Indiana, and serving Northwest Indiana in many different ways that I can. Love to hear from you. Love to be able to partner with you in any way or serve in any way possible. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, all on that YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link for the YouTube channel in the comments. Love to hear from you. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.